Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace, and in today's session we are going to discuss wonderful questions, a brilliant assortment of questions of English language for various competitive examinations which are upcoming. Let us start today's session. Today's session is some brilliant assortment of English questions for students. So let's start with the first question of fillers. We'll solve filler questions. So letting out a soft dash, the janitor couldn't help but laugh at the dash he overheard. My mother began to dash at the dash of the baby with the gardener in the garden. Okay, well, very wonderful question it is. So we have to fill with first blank with for the first word in the options and the second blank with the second word in the options. And the same option should be applicable in both the set statements A and B. So it's a difficult question, let me tell you. Okay, so let's start today's session. So letting out a soft titter, soliloquy, chuckle, conversation, chortle, complimentary, cackle, trade, all are correct. We have to choose between among all these options. Okay. So what's the meaning of titter? Titter is like laughing with a suppression. Laughing with suppression means not exactly giggling, but a little bit of laughing with like a child giggles. That's chuckle, titter for you. Chuckle almost means the same. Chortle means laughing like loudly, and cackle is very laughing like loudly. So we have to remove the options based on the meaning of the different words. So we have to understand letting out a soft dash, and the second one says laugh at the dash he overheard. So remember, soliloquy is never overheard. So what is soliloquy? Soliloquy means when a person talks alone. Solo talking. So if you had ever heard of Shakespeare's plays, people would, the participants of the play, they would stand at the end of at one corner of the stage, and they would speak alone, a monologue. That is known as soliloquy. So soliloquy is never overheard. Only conversations are overheard. So this would be the answer, I guess. Let us fit to the context. So letting out a soft chuckle, the janitor couldn't help but laugh at the dash conversation he overheard. My mother began to chuckle at the conversation of the baby with the gardener in the garden. So you converse with someone. You don't do soliloquy with someone. So this will be the answer. The best answer we have, chuckle and conversation. So the baby was conversing with the gardener. That's the correct answer. Clear? And chuckle means laughing like in a restrained way. Okay, so this is the answer. Next question. Management is hoping a supply of dash snacks and beverages that will dash the employees in the afternoon. So all the options have free beverages, free snacks. So that makes our life difficult because all the options are same. So we don't have an option to eliminate the option. So management is hoping to hoping a supply of free snacks. So we'll write free over here, free snacks and beverages that will dash the employees in the afternoon. So we have like see, the drain means it's a negative word. So somebody eats in the afternoon, he'll be like energized, right? Energized. So enervate is wrong because enervate means to drain out. We just learned this word, right? We have learned this word earlier also. Like enervate means to lose energy and all those things. So enervate means to lose energy, and enfeeble means against a negative word. So it cannot fit the context. Drain means a negative word, cannot fit the context. Invigorate means to energize. Invigorate means to energize. So the answer would be management is hoping a supply of free snacks and beverages that will invigorate the employees in the afternoon. Hopefully the free energy drink will invigorate him so that he could work all night on my paper. So invigorate means supplying energy or energizing someone. So that's the answer. Clear? Next question. Okay. Having money makes you happy is a dash because happiness has nothing to do with dash. Okay. We can have two options, this A or D. So having money makes you happy is a delusion because the author shows, the writer shows, or whoever has created this question shows that because happiness has nothing to do with dash. It's a contradiction. So we'll say delusion and wealth. Happiness has nothing to do with wealth. Happiness has nothing to do with money. So fallacy, money are opposites in this case. Delusion, wealth are opposites. Let's see the second option. Marx' delusion on the workings of the stock market caused us to all to lose a great deal of wealth or money. So obviously the answer would be D, not A. Delusion on the workings of the stock, that's incorrect. Fallacy on the workings of the... So having money makes you happy is a fallacy. Fallacy means something wrong. Something wrong. So having money makes you happy is a fallacy because happiness has nothing to do with money. Marx' fallacy on the workings of the stock. So when you work on the stocks on computer, you may have some fallacies. You may make some wrong decisions or wrong calculations. That's fallacy. That's not delusion, right? So the answer will be fallacy and money. Clear? Fallacy means something wrong. Delicacy cannot be the answer. Loot cannot be the answer. It's quite an absurd option. Next, we expressed anger and dash when we arrived at the hotel after midnight and learned our hotel room had been given to another dash. Another family can be an answer. Another people is not answer. Have been given to another people. And dread cannot fit the context. So this is quite a possible answer. Let's see. Let's check. We expressed anger and dismay to the children's dismay. Yes, this is the answer. Dismay means disappointment. So we expressed anger and disappointment to the children's disappointment. So this will be the answer. Dismay means disappointment. And other thing is neighboring family yard to build a snowman. So family fits here also. Family fits here also. And dismay fits both the first blanks. Okay, so that will be the answer. Next question. As a politician, Phil hates when reporters wait in dash for an opportunity to pounce on him with their journalists or reporters will wait to pounce on someone with their questions or queries. So queries is one option over here. Questions is one option. So it can be between A and C. The answer can be between A and C. So snare means to cause somebody to fall in danger. That's causing danger to someone, or fall in a trap for someone, entangle someone in a trap. So that is not a probable answer. We can have the answer as C maybe. So as a politician, Phil hates when reporters wait in ambush for an opportunity to pounce on him with their questions. A suicide bomber waited in ambush for the right opportunity to detonate his bomb, but there were some self-questions that changed his mindset. So this is the answer. This is the only answer we have over here. Cessation and certainties is not the correct answer. That will be ambush. Ambush means to wait so that we are ready to attack as soon as possible. We get an opportunity to attack as soon as possible. That's the correct answer. Okay. Next, the new swimmer had to dash in the deep end. Dash the lifeguard dragged him to safety. Okay, so we have one option called flounder before. We have one option called lurk and before. So flounder means the new swimmer had to flounder. So when you flounder, you try to struggle in water or mud. When you struggle in water or mud to save yourself from drowning or sinking, that's known as flounder. Lurk is like, again, staggering way, in a stumbling way when you walk, or when you walk in a staggered way, that's known as lurk. So flounder would be the correct answer. After it hit the iceberg, the Titanic was left to flounder in the Atlantic Ocean, before it finally sank. So this will be the correct answer. Flounder and lurk are similar. Lurk also means staggered way, like clumsily walking like this. But flounder is used for water, mud or water. Basically a sump. Next, if you want me to dash your point of view, you're going to have to explain your dash to me in a way that I can understand. So you have to explain your dash. So certainties is not correct, entities is not correct, facts or ideas can be correct, because you have to explain your ideas to me in a way, And the next blank is to tell the team the ideas which were behind the situation. And we can have facts also. So if you want me to criticize your point of view, you're going to have to explain. Nobody wants to criticize, nobody wants to get criticized for your ideas. So the answer would be vindicate an ideas. So vindicate means to get support for something. So if you want me to vindicate your point of view, you're going to have to explain your ideas. Despite my promises to vindicate him with his parents, he still didn't trust me to tell them about the ideas which were built behind the situation. Okay. Next. The plan to dash the historical church and build a strip mall is going to dash all the religious activists in the community. Okay, so dash the historical church and build a dash is going to dash all the religious activists. Okay, something contradictory is there. So means complying something which depends on the second thing depends on the first thing actually. So all the religious activists, whatever they will do will depend on the first action. So it's like tear down is maybe correct, raise is correct, because edify means to make somebody morally strong. That's incorrect. Erect and aggravate is incorrect. I'll tell you why, because these are opposite words. But if you see raise means to demolish a building or a structure, and that is going to the plan to raise the historical church and build a strip mall is going to dash. No, this is not the answer. Let me erase all the things once again. Okay. So, historical church, if it is demolished and a strip mall is going to build, all religious activists in the community will be aggravated. So, appease cannot be the answer. See, appease means to satisfy. Rankle means to continuously annoy someone. Edify is incorrect. Erect and aggravate. The plan to erect the historical church and build a strip mall. I think. Wait. The only answer we have is, let's check. One A is a probable answer. Let's check the B option. Because Heather has already teared down everything around him, it will not take much to rankle her and worsen her mood. Okay, let us come back to it again. The dash by our principal is the dash reason our school is one of the best in the nation. The dash by our principal is the reason why school is best in the region. The dopiness absorbed by our principal? No. Let's do the second question. Over the past 3 years, the dash by the company president has been unshakable. This is the answer. This is the answer. Acumen means insight. Insight means the ability, the keenness or the propensity to understand something very easily. So the acumen displayed by our principal is the reason why our school is one of the best in the nation. So our principal displays a lot of acumen, insight, INSIGHT. Insight means the perfection with which a person understands a situation. So the acumen displayed by our principal is the reason why our school is one of the best in the nation. Over the past 3 years, the acumen displayed by the company president has been unshakable. So this will be the only answer we know. Dopiness means the sleepiness, like sleepy, drowsy, that's known as dopiness. Fatuity means stupidity, and all those options you don't need to understand because acumen and display are the perfect options. Let's move ahead. We'll come back to the previous question again, to the first question of sentence correction. I shall make you realize your mistake. So what's the how you have to correct it? Let us check. So shall is a future tense verb. It's a modal shall. It should be followed by a V1. V1 is the first form of verb. I shall make you realize. So the option that may suit to your senses is I shall make you to realize. This is incorrect actually, because make is a causative verb. So it is followed by a bare infinitive. Realize is a bare infinitive without to. So no correction required will be the answer. I shall make you realize a mistake will be the perfect answer. No correction required. No, next question. A nation that had been once tried to kill him was the first to embrace him. A nation that had been once. So it's a subject, so it will have an active voice. It's not an object because it had once tried to kill him and now it is the first to to embrace him. So it should be active voice. So active voice is like the nation that had once tried to kill him. The nation that had once tried to kill. This will be the answer. A nation that had once tried. This is the active voice. So this is the perfect answer. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Had he known more about the policies of the company, he might not have accepted the offer. No correction required because it's a condition, the third conditional structure. Had I known it was far away, I would have taken a taxi. Had I studied hard, I would have passed the exam. Had he done that, he would have not been punished this way. This is the third condition. So this is correct. No correction required. Moving ahead to the next question. His life is an example of how the human will can flourish even in harsh conditions. His life is an example of how human will, the human can, what the human will can. Okay, so his life is an example of what the human will can. So see, it's talking about flourishing, right? Flourishing. So it is how that should serve the purpose, not what. Because flourish is an action. So how the action takes place, that is shown by how. So his life is an example of how the human will can flourish even in harsh conditions. So no correction required with the answer. No correction required. Okay. Moving ahead to the next question. The social worker passionately stroked the annoyed passenger in order that be pacified. So the social worker passionately stroked the annoyed passenger in order to pacify him. This will be the correct answer. So he stroked him to pacify, like the patting. He did some patting to pacify him. Pacify means to calm him, mitigate him. They were no longer able to provide the help their children needed. They were, so it's past tense, so they were no longer able to provide the help their children needed. The help their children needed. This is the answer. Fine. Moving ahead. Next question. You may be well organized in your thoughts, but what would you do? What would you propose may not be necessarily acceptable on all occasions. You may be well organized in your thoughts, but what you would propose, this will be the perfect answer. What you propose may not be necessarily acceptable on all occasions. You know why it should be what you propose, because this is in present tense and maybe is in kind of future tense using a modal auxiliary. Okay, moving ahead. The striking difference between the two contestants compatible with each other for the match was related to their age. The striking difference between the two contestants compatible with each other, compatible with one another, is incorrect because it's talking about two contestants. So this is incorrect. This is incorrect. Competing with the other. The striking difference between the two contestants competing with the other for the match was related to their age. Okay, competing with each other, compatible with each other. See, the question is like two contestants are either compatible with each other or competing with each other. So it's talking about the contestants. So this will be the correct answer. Competing with each other. Because their difference between them was related to their age. Okay. Next question. Market research and market communication is so far being confined to a handful of consumer goods like soaps, cosmetics, etc. Market research and market communication there are two entities, market research and market communication. So it should be have so far been confined to. This will be the correct answer because this will be the correct answer because we're talking about two entities. So it should be a plural verb. So have so far been confined to a handful of consumer goods like soaps, cosmetics, etc. So have will be there because it's a plural entity. Market research and market communication. These are two entities. Okay. If we rely on others for technology upgradation, potential serious damage may be caused. Potentially serious damage, because serious is an adjective. Serious is an adjective, so it should be preceded by an adverb. So if we rely on others for technology upgradation, potentially serious damage may be caused. Potentially serious damage may be caused. This will be the correct answer. Okay, we shall not say thank you now because we have to solve one question which was left before we started sentence correction. Yeah, this was the question. The plan to dash the historical church and build a dash strip mall is going to dash all religious activists in the community. Because Heather has already dashed everything around him, it will not take much to dash her and worsen her mood. See, 100%, if we erect the historical church and that would build a strip mall, that's going to aggravate all the... So either in the first blank you see, either both the blanks can be filled by one word that would support each other. Like you see, tear down and rankle. So if the plan to tear down, but it will not suit the second one. And we have option like all are correct. Let us check once again. The plan to dash the historical church, so it can be like raise. Raise is a probable option because raise means demolish. If we choose this as the answer, the plan to raise the historical, but in the second blank, because Heather has already raised, no, has already. See, the option says has already, so it should be a V2. It should be a V3. Raise, edify, erect. I think none of these should be the answer. There is not an option like this because has already, it's like has plus already plus V3 should be there, but we have no option like V3 in the first blank. So none of these will be the answer. That's why I got confused, right? So now let us end the session, students. I hope you enjoyed the session a lot. Thank you so much for being with me throughout the session, and we'll come with better questions than what we have today. Everything will be a better day for us. Okay. So let's end the session. Thank you so much.
உங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு அடையாளம், அதுவே எங்கள் லட்சியம். Veranda Race, பேங்கிங் மற்றும் கவர்மெண்ட் தேர்வுகளுக்கான ஆன்லைன் மற்றும் ஆஃப்லைன் பயிற்சி.